Hi guys, welcome to my channel where I share how to live a happy, healthy, independent life as a quadriplegic. My name's Olivia. So I've had some questions about what I do to pee if I need to pee into my car and I can't find a bathroom. So today I'm going to show you what I do to pee in my vehicle. Okay, so let's get started. In terms of my pee setup, I usually have obviously like my pee setup that's in my house by my sink, and I have made a video about this. And then usually when I'm out and about, I usually carry what I call my bladder bag, where I have all my bladder supplies if I have to go pee. And I keep one of these, one of them in my backpack that I refill accordingly when I use all my catheters, and then one of them in my car. So if I'm out and about driving somewhere, I have some extra catheters that are there. And it's always good to have just in case I run out of catheters in my backpack. I always have like extra ones in my car so I can go reach those out. And then in my car, so I usually keep some extra catheters behind the passenger seat just in case I need that. And then with my bladder bag, which is the things that have all my bladder supplies, I usually keep it on the passenger seat on the handle. So when I'm driving somewhere, it's easy for me to grab. Put this out right here. Okay, so let's say that I was driving and that I had to go pee. So usually I would just stop on the side of the road, or sometimes I also go pee if I have to before going out somewhere, so I don't have to try to find a public washroom when I'm out and about. So anyways, I will back myself up just so I have some room in here. And then I personally have a metrophenoff, so a hole on the side of my tummy where I put my catheter in to be able to go pee. But if you were just peeing from like your urethra, whether you were a guy, you just zip your thing down and then use your catheter that way. If you were a girl, there's a way, like they've put like zippers in the crotch area where you open up the zipper and you're able to actually reach your urethra that way. You could like take your legs out, like scooch maybe your bum up a little bit. So you open up so you have that opening for the urethra, and then you could pee that way. So for me, I use my metrophenoff, so I usually will get all the stuff that I need to go pee. So the first thing that I'll grab is my bottle, and I'll open up the bottle, unlock it, and put it in between my legs. And then the next thing will be, I'll grab my wet wipes. And grab a couple wet wipes out of there. And in the wintertime, if you do have usually in the summer, I always keep, or in the fall, I always keep my my bladder bag in the car at all times. But in the wintertime, because of the wet wipes, you either have to bring your wet wipes inside or use the wet wipes that you have in your backpack, or bring the bag inside it, because they end up freezing if you're in the winter and you're in freezing conditions. And then I will grab a catheter as well. And I used to use lube all the time, but I don't really anymore. But you should be using lube technically, especially if you find that like the catheter gets quite bloody and stuff. Like the lube just helps protect the tissue that's around. For me, it's not something I use anymore because I just find that I don't really have any issues not using it. But that's like according to what you end up doing and what's healthier for you to do. So with the wet wipes, I'll keep one out that I'm going to be using to hold the catheter, and then the other one I will wipe the stove off first. So if you were gonna wipe your your urethra, you would be doing this first. And then this one, I will then wipe my hands. They're nice and clean. And then I'll spread the catheter underneath here to protect my pants in case anything kind of leaks. And you would be doing the same thing, kind of like putting in between your legs if you were gonna pee from your urethra. Then with the catheter, I'll open up the catheter. All right. Then I will grab the wet wipe, and with the wet wipe, put the wet wipe in between the catheter in between my index and middle finger. Put the green end in the bottle, and then find the stoma. And then push the catheter in. I usually use both hands still on the gauze to make sure that you don't touch the catheter so you don't get an infection. And then we'll push that in until I end up peeing. So now that I'm peeing, I'll usually get rid of the gauze that's down here, put it underneath, and then while I wait to go pee, I'll clean things up. I'll clean this up and put this into, I usually have a garbage bag in the passenger seat, between the passenger seat and the driver's seat, so I'll do that. So I'll keep, while I'm peeing, I'll keep this in between my legs until it starts to slow down. And then once it slows down, I'll grab the handle. I'll put my thumb in the handle. And this is why I like those bottles, just because they have that little handle. It's just easy to grab. And I'll put that on the side to let gravity do its thing. And so I'll push, I'll have like my thumb inside the handle, and then I'll push against the bottle so it stays on the side of the seat. I'm not having a massive pee because I already peed before I came out here, but then once it's done, I'll pull the catheter out. And then bring the bottle back up here. So if I was out and about and I didn't have a washroom, I would tuck the catheter. I'll move this around here so you can see it. I would tuck the catheter in that way, but since I'm in my car, I usually have a garbage bag in between my the two car seats, so I put the catheter in here. And then once I'm all done in here, I'll wipe my stoma to make sure everything's clean. And again, put this in here. And then with my pee bottle, if I'm somewhere on the side of the road, I'll either like put the window down and empty it out that way, or if I'm in somewhere where I can't really empty my pee, I'll close the bottle and store it in my bag, and then next time I'm out and about, I'll take the bottle with me to be able to empty it and be able to put it back in here once I'm all done. So this is basically what I do to pee in my car. Interested to know what you do, so please comment below if you have any comments or questions. And then if you think anybody would benefit from something like this, please share it with them. And thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.